there are so many right. There are so many distractions and so many attractions at this teenage of your life. In spite of that, you have come to attend this program, which is related to academic activities and co-curricular activities. So before I start how to balance our academics and extracurricular or co-curricular activities, I would like to tell you what do we mean by academic activities. So these academic activities are your daily day to work in the college, like whatever assignment you are writing, whatever projects you are doing, then whatever academic things which are related to credit base or marks or taking the test to home or any competitive activity. So these all come under as academic activities. So as a teacher and as an academic coordinator, the first priority of any student should be academics. And the mix and amalgam of academic and co-curricular activities only will help you to develop the overall personality in your life. So academic activities are the activities which are based on learning the content, learning the text, learning the subject, and learning and applying the knowledge in your day-to-day life. So when you know these academic activities and the value of this, now let us talk about what are these co-curricular activities. So the other activities besides your academics are referring to these co-curricular activities. So these activities are like the programs and the learning experiences that complement in some way or the other in building up your personality. And we need a healthy balance of academics and extracurricular activities because these extracurricular activities are key to a successful college experience. Once you come out of the college and take your degree, there should be some memories for you to remember that all through these 10 to 15 years of your education, what are the other extra things you have done in your school time and in college time? See, like these extracurricular activities may be related to playing, learning some art, like music and other things. I'll come in detail with these activities. And what happens if we are not able to balance these academic activities and co-curricular means? See, if you are able to excel in one area, and if you are not able to think about the other things, in life, you will feel stress and anxiety. And when you are able to learn all these things together in coordination, then you will have a very perfect balance of your life. Now, today we want to discuss about how to balance all these things. So before that slide, I would like to tell you what are these co-curricular activities. Can you please change to the other slide? No, the forward, please forward. Next. So what are these co-curricular activities? Now, just now I have told you about academic activities means which are related to your tests, exams, projects, and other things. These co-curricular activities are like literary activities. So literary activities means like seminars, storytelling, your debates, your presentations, your discussions, your quiz competitions, and your participation in the literary clubs. They come under these literary activities. So I think in Anurag University, you do have some literary clubs. How many of the students who are attending here may be there? I'm not sure of it. But these literary activities will definitely help you to improve your communication and coordination in a teamwork. And another curricular activity is the physical development activities. So physical development activities means they are games, sports, athletes. And if you participate in a drill, in a parade, scouting, your NGO activities, your NCC activities, your NSS activities, they all come under physical development activities. And next activity is like aesthetic and cultural development activities. So what do we mean by this aesthetic means? A different idea, a creative thinking in your mind, like painting, music. These are related to arts. These aesthetic cultural developments are related to arts like painting, music, sculpture, handicrafts, designing fancy dresses, dramas, folk songs and folk dances, photography. These all come under cultural activities. And besides these, we have some civic development activities. So civic development activities means you have student unions. So students form in unions. They celebrate a part of religious days, national days, and other group activities like our Independence Day, and all these come under civic development activities. And social welfare activities are also there. These social welfare activities means working in hospitals, working for charity, working in old age homes, working for orphans, and working in defense, firefighting. At the time of floods or any disaster, if we are going to help others, that is the social welfare activity. Then we do have some leisure time activities. So these leisure time activities are like stamp collection, coin collection, floral photography, reading, writing, etc. Then the other activity is like pleasure trip activities. So pleasure trip activities means going for picnics, visiting the museums, visiting the monuments, visiting the exhibitions or excursions. So see, we have so many activities besides our academic things. Now, I think all of you might be interested at least in one of those co-curricular activities. At least I'm saying many, you may be interested in many, but at least there will be one activity which no student can give any exemption out of it. So literary activities, physical development, aesthetic, civil development, social welfare, leisure time, pleasure trip activities, these many activities are there. Now you may get a time. See, as a student, we have to attend 8 hours of class. After that, we have to study. After that, we have to participate, all these things. How is it possible? How is it possible? Means there is some importance. Can we go to the next slide? Forward. So now first we should think, what is this importance of co-curricular activities? Why should we participate in this co-curricular activities? See, because our marks and tests and all those are giving us some grades, and due to that grades, we are getting some job. But is it important for us to participate in co-curricular activities? See, these activities will help us to give our educational value. See, education is nothing but not getting degrees. It is a learning experience. Learning experience means sharing your ideas, sharing with your friends, coordinating with them, forming in groups, making some group activity. Everything will help you to learn a lot through this journey. Engineering is not getting a degree. Engineering course is reflection of your educational values, your emotional values, your psychological value, and your recreational value. See, if you are into these co-curricular activities, you will definitely gain educational values. You will know the psychological value. That means you will start understanding many people. Then you will start assessing what is the most valuable thing in our life. Then emotional health, that means thinking. You start thinking in diverse ways, and that will keep you in good health. And recreational value, that means you start uh, creating and regenerating yourself. And whenever you feel stress, you'll go for some time and you get relaxed out of it. And all these recreation things also will be helped by these co-curricular activities. Like just now I told you, picnics, going to excursions, visiting museums, visiting everything. So these all will help you to give some values, and you will be knowing the geography, you will be knowing the history of the place, and everything will happen, all these things. Then next one, what are the effects of these co-curricular activities on our personality? So I have just told you the educational value, the psychological value. Now, how is our intellectual development going on here? So the effect of these activities will be your intelligence will start developing. That means when you talk, when you share, when you learn new things, your ideas and your mind will become more active, and it start absorbing more and more. So that intellectual development will be helped for you. And physical development, when you play the sports, your physical body needs some exercise. So when there is an exercise for your mind and body, you will be healthy both inside and outside. So your physique also will be developed here. Then social media, you will be knowing about the society. See, your personality will be reflected through all these things. And morals also are developed, values and morals. You'll try to understand how to lead a very good life by serving and by helping others. Then emotional development. You will know how to manage the anger. You'll know how to manage your over happiness. You'll know how to manage your sorrow. And you know how to react for both the things, either to the extreme sadness or to the happiness or to the other reactions. So this emotional development is also very, very important to improve our personality. Then aesthetic development. This aesthetic development is creativity. When you like painting, when you start listening to the music, your creativity increases. So instead of listening to some videos which will always divert and channelize our energies into the different ways, it is better that we listen to the good soothing music, which can help in improving our intellectual development and emotional development. So these are few of the effects of the co-curricular activities on our personality. So firstly, what are academics? Then what are co-curricular activities? And what happens if we are participating in the co-curricular activities? I've just told you. And these are the effects of the co-curricular activities on personality. Now let us see what is the advantage for us then. So when we are into these so many activities in our day-to-day, most of us might be thinking that I don't have time for all these things, and how I can join in all these things, what advantage or what benefit I'm going to get in my life if I join in some extra activity like sports, in some extra activity like painting, music, besides all these things, how good I can balance all these things. So first thing is here, the advantages are like your body and mind will work together. See, most of the students sit in the class, physically they will be in the class, but their mind goes around the world. Why? Because their energy is not channelized properly. So because of that, what happens? Our academics are also getting impacted. And at the same time, our intellectual development is also getting stunted. But once you are engaged with activities, your mind and body both will be in coordination. Another advantage is you will have physical stamina. You can work for 8 to 10 hours, 10 to 12 hours also, and 14 to 16 hours also on this practice. On I'm sorry, there was some power fluctuation. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So your physical stamina will also be improved. And when you are moving with sports from one particular place to other state or from one country to the other country, your national integrity and unity will also be developed here. And then the ideological values, the cultural values. See, once we move from one community to other community, one society to other society, one state to other state, one country to other country, see, our cultural values, we will start understanding the cultural values, how and the ideological values of different people and different perspectives. And creativity and innovation and novelty. See, what happens with this co-curricular activities, you will start learning with your peer group, your creativity will be improved, your innovation also will be improved, and you'll get entertainment. So all these things will happen only when you are involved in a proper way, only when you channelize yourself in the right way. Then automatically communication skills will be improved and you will start learning new languages too. So when we meet other people, sometimes we need to speak in Hindi, sometimes we need to speak in Telugu or English, all so many languages, you will start acquiring them. And overall personality is nothing but trying to balance your intellectual and emotional point there. So how to react with others and at what time, how we have to react, how we have to take all those things, that is nothing but your personality. And these days, we have seen people with no values and ethics in the society. And the saddest part is these things we have to learn from our school time, from our home, from family, from friends, and in college and everywhere. But unfortunately, I don't know how technology has given us a way, and we are as an academic coordinator, I can say that we have incorporated this as a syllabi. I think you all might be having the paper saying human values and ethics, right? This is the paper what we are doing, but it is not to be studied as a subject or any academic thing, but it has to be incorporated in us in every aspect of our life and at every point of time and at every point of the place, starting from our home to the workplace. So these are a few advantages which are related to co-curricular activities. Now, everything is fine. The question is, how are we going to balance this? Can you please go back to that slide? The third slide. Yeah. How are we going to balance these then? How to balance? Now, so many activities we have discussed. Now, how to balance these means we have to develop a schedule. See, every day morning, how many hours we are coming to college, and in those time, how we can balance these. And I'm not saying the list, whatever I have presented here, you should choose them and participate in each and every activity. What I mean to say is you be choosy and pick only one curricular activity which will give you interest. Then only you can do it successfully. And if you pick up so many activities like music, dance, sports, and all those things, you cannot find time. And it is very difficult for you to be a master of everything there, right? You will become a jack of all and master of none. So you choose pickily, find your interest, first of all, find what makes you interesting, you find it. Then you start balancing the time. How much time? For example, if you're going to sports, 2 hours of time you are giving. Then for rest of the things, how much time is left for you? You have to plan. You have to put a schedule. And once you choose this activity, you should become consistent. That means continuously you should be on that. And for 1 week participating in one activity, and again after 1 month you are jumping into another activity, means you will have no consistency. So you cannot excel in any of it. In fact, you will become overstressed by jumping on and by flipping these activities. So at that time, guidance is necessary. You go to a teacher or go to a guide or a philosopher, whoever you feel, take the guidance. Say, these are my interests. For example, if I have more interest on mathematics or some physics or something, better choose some activity which is related to those quiz and other seminars, presentations and everything. For example, you love traveling and other things. Pick up a activity which is related to that. Like just now I told you, the pleasure trips and other things. You can take people, you can love learning about the monuments, history and other things. So take the guidance and don't overburden yourself. Since there are so many advantages related to co-curricular means, don't burden yourself. Participating morning one, afternoon one, evening one and other things. So balance, you have to balance everything. So don't overburden yourself. And first, another important thing is a healthy lifestyle should be there. If you are not healthy, you cannot do all these things at all. Your healthy lifestyle is reflection of your healthy mind. And avoid the procrastination. Most of us have a habit of prolonging the things. We procrastinate. Tomorrow I can do, day after tomorrow I can do. Don't do that because you will lose the time. Today, if you finished off, tomorrow's schedule is ready for you. So try to avoid procrastination and learn to say no. If anybody says, I can do this means also you will not have time. Learn to say no also in a different way. And don't say yes also for everything. And start getting distracted with so many things. Limit your distraction. See, we have to watch TV, we have to watch movies, we have to participate in this, we have to be on social media, we have to write lessons, we have to do all these activities means it is not possible for anyone in these 24 hours. So limit your distractions. I'm not saying that you should not do all those things, but keep a time. Limit yourself. What best you can do that. And narrow down your commitments. What are your commitments for today? What is for tomorrow? What is for day after tomorrow? Put down on a list and start doing and tick one by one. Then you will get the time. So time management is also very important. Once you join in these co-curricular activities, you will be very much acquainted with time management also. And finally, what I would like to say is leave some time for yourself. So I'm not saying 24, all these 24 hours, you should pack 8 hours of sleep and rest 16 hours. Don't add all those activities to be done there. Give some time for refreshment, give some time for relaxation, give some time to eat, give some time to get just few minutes of fresh air to yourself. So I have been given only half an hour, which is 7:57 now. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. And I hope this session is little informative to you all. As an academic coordinator, my first preference to all the students, if you come for any guidance, what I would like to say is your first priority should be academics. Then coming to the extracurricular activities, I can say you please take a notebook and on a piece of paper, you write what are your interests. And based on those interests, you try to choose and pick that activity and be consistent on that, continuously work on it. Then definitely you can become excellent. And without any extracurricular and co-curricular activities also, you cannot become a successful student. So if you want to be successful in your life, it is a program of your educative and also the other learning activities. And without co-curricular activities, nobody can become successful in their life. And along with this, I wish all the students that they will definitely pick some of their interests and choice, and they will go with it consistently to become successful. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. If you have any questions, you can please ask me.